Okay, we were discussing about the manufacturing processes of sodium bicarbonate and sodium carbonate, means baking soda and washing soda. Here we are interested to discuss about the usage of washing soda, that is Na2CO3 10H2O. Na2CO3 10H2O. Sodium carbonate can be used. Sodium carbonate can be used in the paper industries, glass industries, as well as the soap industries. You know, soaps are the sodium salt of higher fatty acids. Sodium hydroxide, which is obtained in the earlier processes, we have already seen. So it is basic in nature, but the initial ingredient for the manufacturing of sodium salt of higher fatty acids, sodium carbonate can be used. So sodium carbonate is used in glass industries, soap industries and paper industries. Next, sodium compound such as borax can be obtained by the use of sodium carbonate. Borax is a very common chemical compound, inorganic compound having the molecular formula Na2B4O7. In Hindi, it is commonly known as Suhaga. It is used to clean the ornaments using borax, and a very important chemical reaction used to detect the salt, nature of the salt, the basic and acid radicals. We can use borax bead test. So in borax bead test, borax is used. See, this borax is manufactured by the use of sodium carbonate. The common use of sodium carbonate is as a cleansing agent. That is why it is called washing soda. Means it is used to wash the clothes in laundry. Nowadays there are various types of detergents and soaps are available, but initially sodium carbonate was used as a cleansing agent, and even today it is used as cleansing agent for washing the clothes in laundries. Now, remove the permanent hardness of water. You know, hardness of water is due to the soluble salts of calcium and magnesium. Calcium and magnesium salts may be water soluble, or when it is treated with some suitable reagent, it can be precipitated out. So sodium carbonate is used. Sodium carbonate is used to remove the permanent hardness of water. Temporary hardness of water is removed just by heating the water strongly. So the salts present in the water gets precipitated out on heating, but permanent hardness is removed by using sodium carbonate. So all these are the various uses of sodium carbonate in our day-to-day life. Now let us try to understand the water of crystallization associated with various salts. The next topic is, are the crystals of salts really dry? As the topic is concerned, Are the crystals of salts really dry? We know the various inorganic salts are associated with definite number of water of crystallization, just like sodium carbonate. Sodium carbonate, its molecular formula is Na2CO3.10H2O. Means the crystals of sodium carbonate are associated with definite number of water molecules. So the definite number of water molecules associated with the crystals of the compound crystalline solid are known as water of crystallization. So water of crystallization is an essential ingredient, essential part of the hydrated crystalline solids. Hydrated crystalline solids. If we see the water molecules, we may get confused that whether the salts are dry or wet. Actually, the water of crystallization doesn't make the salt wet. This water of crystallization is present as a structural ingredients, a structural parts of the molecule. This is known as crystallization of sodium salts or any other salts. So during the crystallization process, the definite number of water molecules get arranged around the central atom, just like here sodium. So the geometrical shape of the crystals is defined or ascertained by the number of water molecules. These water molecules are bonded together with the central metal ion, forming a definite crystal lattice. And since these water molecules get occupied as a structural component of the crystalline salts or solids, so the salts do not appear wet. Salts are dry. But if we heat the salt, strongly taken in a test tube, we observe that water vapors are coming out. This water vapor is nothing but the water of crystallization, which are initially associated with the crystals, get broken into free molecules of water, and the crystal lattice get disrupted. After the breaking down of the crystal lattice, water molecules get separated from the crystals and come out as the water vapor. So there are certain common chemical compounds associated with such water of crystallization. See here, sodium carbonate is associated with 10 molecules of water of crystallization. Similarly, copper sulfate, CuSO4, it is associated with 5 molecules of water of crystallization. FeSO4, 7H2O, ZnSO4, 7H2O. So copper sulfate pentahydrate, it is commonly known as copper sulfate pentahydrate. Ferrous sulfate FeSO4 7H2O is known as ferrous sulfate heptahydrate. Similarly, ZnSO4, 7H2O, zinc sulfate heptahydrate. But the copper sulfate, ferrous sulfate and zinc sulfate are commonly known as vitriols. Copper sulfate is called blue vitriol. Blue vitriol. Ferrous sulfate is called white vitriol. And zinc sulfate is called green vitriol. Actually, ferrous sulfate is called green vitriol, and ZnSO4 is called white vitriol. So these are the various types of crystals. There are so many such crystals like alum, potash alum, K2SO4, potash alum, K2SO4, Al2SO4, whole thrice 24H2O. It is commonly known as Fitkiri. So potash alum is associated with 24H2O. Similarly, there are various alums, chrome alum, ferrous alum, and so on. So all these are associated with different number of water of crystallization. So actually the crystals are not wet, but the water of crystallization are associated with these molecules as a structural components of the molecules. Now, another important compound which we have to study here is the plaster of Paris. Plaster of Paris is very important compound as it is used for plastering the fractured bone in the clinical purposes. What is plaster of Paris? Plaster of Paris is a white amorphous powdery solids having chemical formula CaSO4 hemihydrate calcium sulfate CaSO4 calcium sulfate hemihydrate CaSO4 half H2O. It is the chemical formula of plaster of Paris. It can also be expressed as CaSO4 whole twice H2O, means one water molecule of crystallization is associated with two molecules of calcium sulfate. Now, how gypsum is used to obtain plaster of Paris? Plaster of Paris is actually manufactured by the thermal decomposition under the controlled heating condition of gypsum. What is gypsum? Gypsum is one of the minerals, or you can say ore of calcium. Its chemical formula is CaSO4 dot 2H2O. It is gypsum. Gypsum has chemical formula CaSO4 2H2O, means it is calcium sulfate dihydrate. When calcium sulfate dihydrate means gypsum is heated at 373 Kelvin, means at 100 degrees Celsius temperature in a closed container, it gets calcinated or decomposed into white amorphous powdery solids, which is nothing but the plaster of Paris. So plaster of Paris is obtained by the decomposition of calcium sulfate, means heat this at 373 Kelvin. It gets decomposed into CaSO4 half H2O plus 1 and half H2O. This is plaster of Paris. Plaster of Paris, and this is gypsum. So gypsum is converted into plaster of Paris. Now this plaster of Paris, this reaction associated with the decomposition of gypsum can also be expressed in molecular form as 2 CaSO4 dot 2H2O heat 373 Kelvin CaSO4 whole to H2O plus 3H2O, means out of 2 moles of calcium sulfate dihydrate, 3 molecules of water get released as a water vapor. So plaster of Paris is obtained in this way. This is a white amorphous solid and has very interesting property associated with it. This, that is the setting property. When the plaster of Paris is mixed with water and allowed to withstand exposed to air, after few minutes it gets set into hard mass, forming gypsum again. This is the feature associated with this, is used to form a hard layer around the fractured bone when painted on the surface of cloths. With the use of bandage cloth and the cotton beds. So after making a solution or suspension, you say suspension in water, because it is not soluble in water, it forms a suspension there. So after setting, it gets converted into hard mass and hardens the surface around the fractured bone or the organ of our body gets fractured or damaged. Another important usage of plaster of Paris are, it can be used to form or make the wall boards, statues. It can also be used as an ingredient for the coating of painting the walls, as well as you may get various types of structures, decorating materials that can be formed, that can be manufactured using plaster of Paris. So there is a wide use of plaster of Paris in our day-to-day life, and in this way we have already finished this topic, but let us have a chemical equation of setting of plaster of Paris into the gypsum. See here, The opposite chemical reaction takes place when plaster of Paris is used for setting. See here, CaSO4, half H2O. When it is added with 1.5 H2O, it again converted into CaSO4 to H2O. It is gypsum. So, plaster of Paris reacts with water to form gypsum. The molecular form of a chemical equation can be written as 2CaSO4 H2O means CaSO4 whole 2 H2O plus 3 H2O. It will give you 2 moles of CaSO4 dot 2 H2O. So you may write either this equation or this equation, both will be the same. In this way, this is all about the plaster of Paris, which we have to study. Now we have finished this chapter, and the conclusion is that all the questions mentioned, either in text question or exercise questions, you have to prepare. If you have any problem, you may ask in the comment box, and in this way we will discuss later the next chapter, that is metals and non-metals, in the next video. Thank you very much.